What's up everyone, it's darksydephil. I just want to give you a quick update on what's going on. I know it's been a couple days since I put a video up on the main channel here. Everything's been over at the darksydephil Final Fantasy XIII channel as I've been playing through that game this week. So first of all, the one thing I want to address, which a lot of people are asking me, is Phil, oh my god, God of War 3 is all over YouTube. God of War, it's all over. What's going on? Why don't you just go buy the game? It seems like everyone can buy the game. Calm down, okay? The thing about God of War 3 is I don't have to rush to play it, okay? I'm playing Final Fantasy XIII. I want to finish that game before I do anything else. And the bottom line is, it doesn't matter what everyone else does. Everyone knows that my playthroughs are way different than everyone else's because of what I do. My commentary and my jokes and things like that make it unique. So it doesn't matter if I fucking do God of War today, if I do it on Tuesday when the game officially gets released, or if I do it in 2014, it's still going to be the same playthrough and it's still going to be, you know, enjoyable to my fans. So don't worry, I'm still going to play the game. I am waiting till the official release date though of Tuesday, as I promised. I'm not changing my schedule just because it seems like some stores are selling the game early. It happens, big deal. We'll get to that game. So, continuing along with that, Final Fantasy XIII. Yes, I'm going to continue to play the game. Yes, the game seems to be extremely fucking long. From what I can tell, it seems like if let's say this were on 360, I'm probably near the end of Disc 2 from what I'm being told from people who are watching the playthrough right now. So it seems like if I play some more tonight, if I play it Saturday and Sunday, that probably Sunday, if not by Monday, I'll beat the game. So the good news is, yes, I will probably be beating the game in time to play God of War 3. If in the event that, let's say, the footage doesn't finish by the time that God of War 3 starts and I want to, say, upload God of War 3 Tuesday night, I might actually try something unique because I have more than one computer here. I might try to like upload on one computer to one thing and on another computer to another thing. I don't know. I might try that out. I don't know how the hell that's going to affect it. It might slow down both uploads because, you know, there's two uploads going on at once. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might, if it depends, if there's like one or two videos left, maybe I'll put off the Final Fantasy XIII. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm hoping that I can finish the uploads in time for God of War 3. Now, the other question everyone is asking me, what do I think of Final Fantasy XIII? Because it seems like a lot of people say there's a mixed reaction that they're reading from my videos. The bottom line is this. Final Fantasy XIII, the gameplay, I really like the combat. It's different, it's way different from the combat of even Final Fantasy XII. They really changed it a lot. There's a lot of micromanagement that needs to go on now as opposed to the old games. Yes, the beginning of the game was more just like mashing buttons, but once you get to some of these tougher enemies, these boss fights, you really have to micromanage. You have to say, oh, I have to debuff, oh, now I have to heal, oh, now I have to attack, oh, now you hit me, I have to heal, now I have to debuff. And you kind of have to go through these different paradigms in order to win the combat. So, I do like the combat, and the other thing that I really like are the graphics. I think the graphics are really fucking impressive. As people have said, this actually is the first game where some of the game is in full 1080p resolution. It's not the regular gameplay. What people are saying are the pre-rendered cutscenes that come out are on PS3 are 1080p. Now obviously my camera is only 720p. As I've said in previous videos, I'm not buying a 1080p camera till every game's in 1080p or else it's a total waste of money. But in this case, the game looks amazing. But on the flip side of that, you gotta kind of take that with a grain of salt because you're like, well, the music's awful, by the way. It's just not good at all. It doesn't sound like Final Fantasy music from any Final Fantasy series. It sounds completely shitty. So right off the bat, I hate the music. And then on top of that, I'm sorry, but there's not one fucking character in this game that I'm interested in. Every character is like a generic anime stereotype with a really crappy backstory. There's one or two characters we haven't heard the full backstory yet, but from the ones we have, awful. Fucking awful. And the voice acting is average. It's not great. It's not so bad. But except for Vanille, who's god-awful, worst voice acting I've ever fucking heard. It's like someone reading off a page, oh, I'm supposed to have an Australian accent? Well, today I went to the store and then I got to obey it, and it's like, what the fuck? Where did that one twinge of accent come from in that sentence? She has no idea how an Australian accent sounds. Obviously, they hired some fucking voice actor who didn't know what they were doing. Probably some voice actor from other games and anime, and they just told her to try to put a little bit of accent here and there, which sounds awful. But I'm sorry, like the plot is god-awful to me. I've played other Final Fantasy games, and I'm talking 2D Final Fantasy games, where the plot was the emphasis of the game, and it was amazing. I mean, complex, layered plots, character stories intertwining, and you know, you get halfway through the game, you think you're fighting the final guy, and then all of a sudden the game resets and it goes back to a completely different scenario. Now there's a new guy who's your enemy, and I'm sorry, nothing in this game, the story is just not appealing to me. Maybe again, as I said when I was going to start this game, it's because I'm from a Western audience, and this is like a, you know, a Japanese style kind of a thing. It doesn't appeal to me. But on the flip side of that, I disagree, because I played Lost Odyssey, which is an extremely Japanese game. I mean, everything about that game, even the gameplay of that game is fucking extremely difficult, because you really need to micromanage, you need to grind and level up, you need to... Some battles in that game took over 40 minutes to kill a boss. I mean, that's crazy, but if you understand the game and you like that kind of gameplay, it was good. And the plot was pretty good too. So I'm sorry, I've played these Japanese role-playing games before. I've played ones that are much better than this one, plot-wise. So I really am disappointed with the plot so far. Keep in mind, I probably haven't even hit the halfway point of the game yet. So maybe it does pick up. But I'm sorry, I'm 10 hours into the game and I'm not interested in the plot yet. Something's got to give. You know what I mean? Something has to hook me. Right now, the only reason I'm continuing to play the game is the gameplay. Because the gameplay I like, the combat I'm really enjoying. Some of these bosses now that are tougher bosses that we're fighting, I'm enjoying learning how to beat them and adapt. And now the gameplay is getting more complex with the Eidolons, who I can summon and use that in combat. So it is getting better over time. I just really hope that something happens with the plot. But anyway, I am not giving up on Final Fantasy XIII. If you want me to give up, stop asking for it, because I'm not quitting. I'm going to keep playing the fucking game until I beat it. I've already put 10 hours into it. I'm not going to waste 10 hours now and just quit the game. Sorry. So, over the next couple of days, until God of War 3 is officially released on Tuesday night, that's all I'm going to be playing. You'll see the footage up on, you know, the darksydephil Final Fantasy XIII channel. And by the way, holy shit, that channel has 1 billion honors right now. It's like most subscribed this week, most subscribed this month, most viewed guru, most this, most that, most this. It's every honor on the planet I've gotten, so it's crazy. Over 7,000 subscribers in 3 days have jumped onto that page to watch my playthrough. Thank you, everyone. And I know that not everyone subscribed, because again, the way that YouTube works, sometimes it fills your fucking inbox with videos. But thank you, everyone, for watching. I appreciate it, and apparently I'm one of the very few people who has the first, say, hour of gameplay from Final Fantasy XIII on YouTube, because everyone else didn't dispute the false copyright claims from Square Enix. So that's all I did. Square Enix copyright claims went up. I said, that's bullshit. They don't have a right to dispute my video, even though they own the game. This is my original content, because it's my live commentary over the game. I disputed it, and it's been now 4 days? Yeah, 4 days, and YouTube hasn't said anything back. So I'm assuming, at least for the meantime, I'm okay. Who knows, they might flip it in a week and say, oh, these are bad, and block the videos, but whatever. It's already out there. I suggest you go check out the first 5 or 6 videos. They're some of the funniest anyway, because it's the beginning of the game. I don't know what to expect, and I give some funny commentary. But anyway, some people also said, how are you going to survive? Well, it's true. The past couple days I've been playing it. I am starting to fall asleep. I'm getting bored with certain parts. So I'm going to do what every fucking hardcore gamer does. I'm going to go all out, and I'm going to go into my fucking special reserves, and we're going to play this fucking game until it's done. So, and then, for the hardest parts, the parts that really you can't survive because you're so fucking god-awful bored, that's what this is for. So, all I have to say is, Final Fantasy XIII, I'm going to fucking beat it. I'm going to stick in there and hang in there for the next couple of days. Over the weekend, I'm going to play it hardcore. I'm going to beat this fucking thing. And then we're going to finally have a final verdict on what I think about it. But for right now, the plot sucks dick, the characters are awful, but the gameplay is good and the graphics are good, and that's why I'm still playing it. So it all depends on, I guess, what you look for in your game. The gameplay right now is enough to keep me playing, and I'm going to stick in there. But bear with me, because if there's some awful parts, you're going to hear me groaning and taking a sip of my beer in the next couple of days. So it's DSP. I'm sticking with it. I'll see you soon. Please continue to comment. And also subscribe to the alternate channel if you don't know about it. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will see this video for the first time this weekend. A lot of people don't go on YouTube till the weekend. I hope you're enjoying everything, and I'll talk to you soon if anything changes.